Black in the building. Shout out to everybody out there at the Core Plantation doing what they need to do to survive. Man, we made it another week, another day. Shout out to everybody out there. Now, roll call. Shout out to everybody out there in Las Vegas, Nevada, in the hot ass weather with these high ass goddamn power bills. Man, y'all just don't know, man. Y'all gotta look, let me tell you something. Vegas, I highly suggest it. I'm telling everybody, hey man, go look for you another state that you may be able to cohabitate in and find you some peace, because you're not gonna get it in Vegas. I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. It's too many people. It's like 3.5 million people out there. Power used to be like $100 in the summertime, $150 at the most. Whether you're in a house or an apartment, man, apartments, houses, power bills be going for $250 and $300 for a power bill. It's ridiculous. So shout out to all my siblings, everybody in Las Vegas, Nevada. Shout out to the homegirl Jerica. Also, shout out to the homegirls in Arizona as well. And shout out to the homegirl Shawnee. Philly is definitely in the Billy. So shout out to Shawnee and all her family. Shout out to the homegirl, mother sis, Erica, Florida, aka Florida in the building. Shout out to my brother Dave for No Compromise and my brother James Youngblood. Dave for No Compromise. Joe's in the building. Stand up. James Youngblood, Texas is definitely in the house. Last but not least, shout out to the homegirl Melina, all the way in North Carolina, aka North Kakalaka. Man, we about to get into it real quick. Having no choice. Let's break this down. Let's get it. Hey, look, I wanted to talk to y'all about something real quick. This is going to be a real quick one too. Having no choice. Yes, we're talking about Kamala Harris or Kamala, whatever she want to call herself. Let me tell you something. This is how it goes. We didn't even nominate her as the presidential candidate. They just put her in there. I was waiting to see when people were going to start talking about that. Democracy is supposed to go like this. You're supposed to earn the nomination. They're supposed to do a caucus. They're supposed to go ahead and count those votes, and they're supposed to send those votes to those and see how many super delegates get behind her, and so on and so on. When Joe Biden drops out, you don't just say, okay, well, we going with her. So if I was a Democrat, I would be offended, because I'd be like, well, how the fuck you know I want to vote for her? How you know I even want her? How you even know she's qualified to do that? We haven't heard from her this whole time. That's what I'm saying. They're giving people no choice. If I was a Democrat, I'd be pissed. Because how you going to tell me who's going to represent me and you didn't even give us a fair shake to vote to see if we really want her to represent us? What if there's somebody else more qualified? And here's the thing about having no choice. It's so funny how they're going to start bringing up, man, go on social media. They are killing her on social media. Killing her. All they doing is bringing up all that shit she did in San Francisco. All that shit she did. See, she thought she was, oh yeah, I'm going to move up. Yep. And watch, you're going to get embarrassed. Because in my personal opinion, all you're doing is just fueling the Republican Party even more. That's all you're doing. If you don't think they have a thing taken on the Republican side and be like, yep, come at her this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, and that way. Let me tell you something. Gavin Newsom just had an order to dismantle all of these homeless encampments. So what you gonna do with the homeless people? Because Californians don't give it. Look, I'm gonna tell you how this is all related. Californians are running to Texas, Arizona, and Vegas. That's the main places where they're running to, right? And you say, well, what's the problem with that? The problem with that is you have Californians who stayed at grandmama house and granddaddy house or big mama house, and big mama done passed away, and big mama left one of the kids the house, and this 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom, 2-bath is worth $750,000. So now they selling it because big mama done paid it off because she got big daddy's Social Security, not Social Security, but Social Security, paid off. Big daddy passed away, so she got his Social Security, and then big mama finally passed away. Now you done paid the house up. What you think you gonna do? You're not gonna stay out there. Not when you can go to Vegas and get you a fucking damn mansion for $400,000 or $500,000 and still have $300,000 left over. So times that by 150 to 200,000 people. That's why Vegas is so goddamn crowded. And it's to the point where it's so bad in California where people would rather just deal with Vegas's heat. So now that people are like, oh, well, I don't really go to Vegas, then they go into Texas. But then when you're dealing with Texas, you're dealing with all these natural disasters that the powers that be are making all this money off of each natural disaster that happens, right? So then you have the regular Californians that stay, especially Southern California. So you have your Southern Californians, right? Now you got to be battling, if you're a foundational Black American, you have to battle your own people plus every other racial group. And the Hispanic community is very heavy and big out there in California. So now you have to battle them for the jobs, battle them for the homes, and battle them for all the resources that you should be getting, that they're getting. So now you got to battle the borders because they just letting these motherfuckers come over there. I know they are. So they're just letting them come over there on the border, right? So then you have that taking place. Then after you have that taking place, now you have the homeless. Because you can't afford to live. If you don't have a roommate or you ain't got a big mama, big daddy, or auntie and uncle or somebody that you can kind of lean on, you fucked in California, especially Southern California. We're not even talking about the Bay Area. It's even worse. But you have this homeless problem. Well, Vice President Harris, hey, you ran for public office in Southern California. Why are you not speaking about that? But you want to attach yourself to Sonia Massey because you know that's global and national news, but you weren't talking about Sonia Massey before. I know because I've been watching that story for a minute. How the sister got shot in her face. This is what I'm talking about. We have no choice. They're just like, well, you just gonna have to deal with this lady because she's gonna be the nominee. Ain't we supposed to vote to see if we want her to be our nominee and represent us in the presidential election as a Democrat? That's what I'm saying. When y'all start talking to these Democrats, listen to their talking points. Because the first thing you can say, so do you believe in democracy? Yeah. Well, how did she get the nomination when he dropped out? It should have been, okay, well, let's vote to see if she can be the president. Not, oh, well, fuck it. Let's just put her in there. That type of shit. And watch what's going to happen. And watch what's happening. I know David see it. I know James Youngblood see it. I know everybody. They're going to play on the harpstrings of Black women. But go on Twitter. It's so many Black women like, I'm a foundational Black American woman and I'm not voting for her. You know how many Black people she locked up? Yeah, so this is a part 2. So I'm breaking it down. This lady is notorious for blocking up Black people. And for one, she don't even identify as a foundational Black American. She do that. It's called the illusion of inclusion, ladies and gentlemen. She don't identify. She's not like us. She don't identify as no foundational Black American. She don't identify as Black, period. She identifies as East Indian and Jamaican. She's an immigrant. She's an anchor baby. She shouldn't even be in the position to be no vice president. Remember this. They want to abolish all the goddamn borders and just let everybody the fuck over here. You know why? Because it's not hurting them. They got money. They got political power and ties. So they don't care. That's why you have people, you're going to be like, well, where you going? That's why you have people like Senator Bob Menendez, a white Hispanic, who was stealing and committing fraud at the highest seats of the damn land. You a damn senator. Talking about he wasn't stealing. But why do you have over 100 and some $1,000 in cash and gold bars? Now y'all tell me, for all my history buffs, didn't they take us off the gold standard years ago? But he got gold bars. Why does this white Hispanic have gold bars? Because they're stealing. How you gonna represent our country and you're not even from here? Your last name is Menendez. You're an immigrant. You're here for unearned benefits, as Dr. Claude Anderson talks about, and so is Kamala Harris. She is not like us. Stop that ski-e bullshit, and you better really do your history. That's a problem with Black folk. That's exactly why they said, you want to hide something from a nigga? Put it in the book. Because we don't want to read shit. We want to argue with niggas on the job about shit that don't mean nothing. We want to put... We're more worried about what the fuck LeBron James' son gonna do than tax dollars going up. And taxpayers paying for motherfucking illegal immigrants to come over here and benefit off the backs of our Black labor. We're more worried about LeBron and his son and what they gonna do with the Lakers. Jeannie Buss and the Busses are fucking wealthy, okay? They don't give a fuck about none of that shit. They don't care. They're there to make money. And LeBron is their field Negro, and they're going to ride him until they can't do it no more. Sorry to say that, but that's what's going on. So if you're more worried about that than the state of taxes and paying for illegal immigrants to come over here and benefit off of you, you might be young, but wait till you get a little bit older. Because this shit ain't no joke when you start seeing this Latino Hispanic own a home and that Latino Hispanic own a home. Then you look like, where are all the black people at? Why does a motherfucker got to go all the way to fucking Atlanta, Georgia, and Lawrenceville and Covington and all those places in Georgia to really see black people own homes? Or go to Texas or go to certain parts of LA and see black people. Those are generational wealth homes. Big Daddy then bought them houses in the 40s and the 50s, and they just kept it, passed it down in the family. I'm talking about we need to start seeing people branch off from Big Daddy and Big Mama's house and go buy a home. And let me tell you something. Kamala Harris ain't worried about no black women buying no homes. I'm not saying that the Republicans are worried about it, but I know for sure she's not worried about it. Because if she was, she would have been locking up all those niggas in San Francisco. And that's what she prides herself on, opening up the borders and let anybody over here. You know why? Because she's not a foundational black American. I'm not telling y'all to go be a Republican, but I'm telling you to sit back and enjoy the damn show. No reparations, no tangible for black folk, no vote for either party. I read this thing, they had it on CNN, where more black men are voting for the Republican Party. That doesn't surprise me. I mean, I can see if it was Hillary Clinton, which she's just as bad and just awful, you know, or Dianne Feinstein or somebody, but her? Come on. You have no business even being the vice president. They just picked you because they thought that was going to win. They stole that last election anyway, and that's why they made Joe Biden step down, because they know Donald Trump is it's going to be an onslaught. That's why. So I'm going to say this again. Why would y'all even participate in something when they just told you who was going to be the damn president? They just told you, well, she's running. You're supposed to say, hey, no, we're supposed to have a caucus. We're supposed to vote to see if she should be qualified to represent. Where are all these other candidates at? Why is it just her? Why are y'all telling? Ain't we supposed to vote on this? Who's the nominee? Explain that to me. I guarantee you they're going to give you a whole bunch of word salad. And that's why they out here attacking black media right now. They got their little minions out there attacking black media because what they're trying to do is turn black women, foundational black Americans, against foundational black American men. It's just like how it is at the Court Plantation. That's what I hate the most about us. We don't understand the social game rules in corporate America. We don't. I'm telling you, every time I've worked sometimes around an elderly foundational black American woman, they either buck dancing, mammying, and I'm like, you know, that's not going to move you up this social stratification situation that you got going on. It's just not going to help you. And they get mad at me. Like I said, I've every time I get into it with the elderly about that, and I just leave it alone at this point. Because what's the point? These motherfuckers ain't gonna listen. They're lost. Let them keep telling. Let them make you try to feel bad because you don't want to vote for Kamala or Kamala. You know what your response should say? So is it Kamala? Is she East Indian and Jamaican today, or is she a foundational black American? They're gonna be like, well, what is it? She's black. Nah, well, we had a person that said he was black. And that was Obama. He didn't do shit for us. And don't let nobody give you no suck-ass excuses. Well, he passed the Trade Act. Man, fuck all that. I remember a sister tried to tell me that, and I was like, have you read Black Labor, White Wealth? Ask people have they read these books. Have you read Black Labor, White Wealth by Dr. Claude Anderson or Powernomics? Because that's not how politics work. You rent or lease politicians. You don't vote for them just because they who they are, because they could be a weapon of mass destruction against your own racial group, planted and the picture framed as your fucking friend, when really they're planted as a weapon of mass destruction against your own damn people. Look at Obama. That nigga saved them banks. He saved everybody else but niggas. And then after he got in office, talking about, oh, well, white supremacy was the reason why I couldn't help. Man, stop. Get your ass the fuck up out of here. And I'm so tired of people trying to say, it ain't white supremacy. It's the Jews. Stop. It's white supremacy. Well, no, but they're Jews. No, they're white people. They can identify as Jewish people, but at the end of the day, they identify as a white Jewish person. For real. Straight up. And on the Census Bureau, Jewish you cannot check off. So stop. They identify as white. Remember that. And she does not identify as a black American. She identifies as an East Indian Jamaican. I'm going to keep saying that. She locked up all those people in San Francisco. They got that homeless crisis in California under the fucking leadership and tutelage of Gavin Newsom, who's placating the black people like he's going to go for reparations when really he's just trying to buy this time so he get the fuck on, and then the next motherfucker going to come in there. You saw what that Latino said. Fuck that guy. He's with the blacks. Them Latinos don't give a fuck about no damn black people in LA, and they don't give a fuck about them in Vegas, and they don't give a fuck about them nationwide. They don't care about no damn foundational black Americans. They care about their own racial group. I'm waiting to see when foundational black Americans start caring about their own. And when I mean caring, I'm talking about like on the jobs, how we conduct ourselves. Let's stop including everybody else. Let all these Africans and people identify with their racial group, and let's identify with our shit. And let's start gatekeeping our culture and gatekeeping who the fuck we are. And letting these other people fight their own fucking battles. Because Sonia Massey got shot, assassinated. Where the fuck are the Latinos at and the Puerto Ricans at now? I'm done. Guilty, nigga. Peace.